And we now call 23 CR 1655 over here. You can wave here in a second, but let's take care of business here. 23 CR 1655, the state of Texas versus Vicarian Beatty Senior. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Present with your attorney, Mr. Dusler, and the state's attorney. Earlier, you pleaded guilty to this indictment of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And a pre-sentence report has been prepared. The parties had an opportunity to review it. Are there any corrections or changes to it?
No.
Then it is made a part of the record for all purposes. Here, the agreement is whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 12 years in prison. So we're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 12 years confinement in prison. You could be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for up to 10 years. I think that is it because a deadly weapon was used as an aggravated assault. I'm unable to grant regular probation. Is that correct, everybody?
Correct.
That's my understanding. Okay. Nobody says otherwise. All right. The pre-sentence report again has been reviewed and no objections to it. It's made a part of the record. And is this correct? I do not see a criminal history.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, defense.
Your Honor, this was a really bad circumstance. This will be the first case that you've seen arising out of a situation where there were a group of men that were all together, of which I think he was the youngest, that all were involved in a assault late at night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, Concord Road in Beaumont. And
what was at Concord Road in Beaumont?
Sorry?
What was at this location? Is this a business or something?
It's a gas station, Your Honor.
Everything closed late at night. And
Convenience store.
right. And this was a terrible situation that he should never have been involved in, and neither anybody else should have either. He's the first person that's come before you that's entered a plea concerning this case. We have no justification whatsoever for the facts of the case. The victim in the case was beaten by several individuals that were there, he and the co-defendants, including my client. But here's the significant part as far as my client's concerned. He's 20 years of age, and from the very beginning of the time that I visited with him, he has expressed sincere remorse about this. I think that the PSI report that has been done by the probation officer is an excellent and very thorough report. I think it is quite clearly set out his involvement in the case, as well as his personal background and his remorse for being involved in this incident. Basically, this is a young man who is not used to drinking alcohol. He's never had alcohol. He's never had any drug problems. Tells me he's never ever even used drugs once in his life before. And on this occasion, he was out with a bunch of guys and drank alcohol pretty much for the first time. And it influenced him being involved in this situation with all these other guys. He had, as the court has pointed out, he has 0 criminal history. Not as a juvenile, not as a misdemeanor, not as an adult, anything. And I think that speaks highly to the type of young man that we've got here. He has not had an easy life, as the PSI report points out. He had a broken home. He was not able to complete school, but the primary reason for that is he actually fathered a child at age 13. He lives with the mother of the child today, some 7 years later.
How old was the mother?
How old was the mother of the child at the time? Same age?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Does anybody see a problem with that?
It's a terrible problem. It's a horrible problem. 2 13-year-olds.
Is that a crime?
Yes.
He was age 13.
It's still a crime.
Okay. Okay.
The younger you get, the worse the crime is.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, so the positive, the negative in this is that he did not have a real good upbringing. He had a tough life.
What happened to his parents? Where'd they go?
There.
Where are your parents?
You want to answer that?
Mother.
I was,
So his mother, he's got a mother. I mean, I know too often, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm speaking to him, but you can be quiet here, or you can leave the room. If you're not past the bar, you can't speak. You know, I know too many times I see broken homes where parents are not together. But your mother, were you reared by your mother?
and my grandmother.
And your grandmother? Okay, you had a parental figure in your home the whole time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's too bad that your dad, you know, well, I'm sure there was some reason for that, but it's important. It takes two people. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and it takes all adults to help rear a child properly. Okay.
And the PSI also points out that his father actually went to prison for conviction for robbery at one time. So I'm sure that didn't help in his growing up at all. He was not able to complete high school. He completed the 10th grade. But the point is, when he left school at 16 or 17 years of age, basically, he was doing that to try to support his child. The responsible part of this young man shows that even though as a child at age 13, he fathered a child, he accepted and knew his responsibility to try to take care of this child, tried to go to school as much as he could, but then dropped out.
Where? When did you drop out? How far did you go in school?
10th grade,
Right.
about age 16, 17.
Yes.
I can't find that. Where was that?
That's on page 3, the top of page 3 of the PSI report.
It says here that you view your father as a role model. Is that right?
Now,
Because he got out and cleaned up his act.
yes, sir.
I see that this was all on a video,
Yes,
captured on a video.
yes,
I've never seen that. Does anybody have it?
The state's
he's got it.
got prompted. When it's my turn, I'm going to tender it as State's Exhibit 2 and play it for the court.
Okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, the point I'm at there is he dropped out of school to try to support his child. He has been working. He's had various jobs and doesn't make a whole lot of money, but he has had various jobs in trying to support his child and to do the right thing. Again, the important point from my perspective with him is that he has no substance abuse history, no alcohol history, no drug history, no criminal history whatsoever. He's had not the best life growing up, but he's tried to make the best of it with the little bit of support and direction, I guess, in life that he has had. This was a terrible situation that you're going to see on video in a minute. It looks terrible. It is terrible. He has no excuses for that. I've never seen a young man that has any more remorse than him. He's got letters of apology that he has written to the court, the victim, and everyone else that's involved in this. And you know, there's no excuse for what happened, but this is a young man that's salvageable, and we would ask that the court grant him deferred adjudication, probation, give him an opportunity, and if he screws this up, you're looking at a big hammer. But I don't think he will, because his history doesn't reflect that at all. He just has never been in trouble. He's just not that kind of kid. This was a one-shot deal, and it was just unfortunate.
Speaking of one shot, this says the defendant has sustained 5 gunshot wounds.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
He was.
You were shot 5 times?
Yes, sir.
This was in July of 2022.
Yes, sir.
He was.
What was that all about?
He was a passenger in a vehicle that was shot at.
Huh?
I was in a passenger on the vehicle.
When and where did that occur?
July the 4th, on Gulf.
On Gulf Street?
2022.
Yes, sir.
Was somebody ever charged with the crime?
I think so.
And he also has several surgeries as a result of that. So-
What? It was on Gulf Street on July 4th.
Yes,
What
sir.
time of day?
It was
'Cause I can get the report, I guess, on that here.
during the morning time,
Sir?
sometime during the morning.
No, when in the morning?
Daylight or
Daylight, I say about 12, 1, or 11. 11, 12, or 1.
In the morning, near noon,
Yes, sir.
almost noon?
Yes, sir.
Says. And you were shot for no reason at all? Somebody just drove up and just shot in your car for no reason?
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, I really don't know. I was a passenger in the vehicle.
Where were you going?
To the Regents.
Sir, where?
The Regents,
What's that?
some
Apartments.
apartments.
Who was the driver?
A friend, Jalen Foxall.
Another one of the co-defendants. That defendant is the whole reason why I'm assigned to this case is we placed him on probation. That individual,
Who placed who on probation?
Jalen Foxall. He's one of the 9 individuals involved in this event you're going to see.
But he was also the guy who was driving the car that the defendant was in who was shot. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I'll submit to the court, Your Honor, that this is the first I learned of this in reading this PSI. I researched all of our records to look for anything that may have been filed by this individual as a victim, and there's no claim, no reports that I can find.
You were shot 5 times. You didn't file. Did y'all call the police or something about it?
Yes, sir. Well, the police was pulled up right in front of me right after it happened.
Maybe that it's reported under somebody else's name, but I couldn't find it underneath his name.
How long were you? It says, a month in the hospital.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I'm looking at it.
So you were seriously injured, though, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Do you still have a prosthetic device on you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
that's what we.
That's what you have?
Yes, sir.
Stay.
Judge, I submit, I want to highlight a couple of things, and then I want to tender State's Exhibit 2. Number one, what defense counsel suggests, I disagree with. I think specifically based upon this individual's choices before this incident, just the fact of being out at 3 o'clock in the morning speaks for itself.
Wait. This happened. He says this happened at 11 o'clock.
No, that was.
That's
Oh,
prior.
this is this case. Okay.
Yes.
This incident that you're going to see occurs at 3:24 a.m. I would highlight on page 1 that it took our SAU officers, which is a special assignment unit, to identify that this individual that's before you is observed on this video striking the victim with a pistol. Not every one of the individuals involved in that does that, but definitely Mr. Beatty does. And in assessing how I'm going to handle each one of these for the state's benefit, to me, that speaks heavily against Mr. Beatty as far as that's concerned. They suggest.
How long have you been in jail now? Since this happened?
2 months.
Go ahead.
I would highlight, and Your Honor asked the question that I'm going to highlight here, and that's on page 3. This other shooting that takes place. The fact that I couldn't find anything factors in my mind against Mr. Beatty. it also suggests that this is not an aberration. This incident that we're about to see, the fact that he was involved in some shooting that, to my knowledge, is unreported. The fact that he receives 5 gunshot wounds does not deter him from the fact that this occurs. And in fact, it highlights the fact that he's violent, that he's dangerous. We have no idea on this particular July 4th as to whether or not he was shooting back or he was involved in any shooting, whether or not he had any guns in that particular incident. So, but we've got physical evidence and his own admissions that he was involved in a shooting. He claims he's the victim, but victims tend to file reports and we then handle cases. I'm going to tender next, State's Exhibit 2. Judge, this is a 15-minute video. I'm going to condense it down to the portion so that we don't use all your time, Your Honor. I'm going to get it to the section where there's...
And where's this location?
On
Concord.
Concord Road in Beaumont.
And it looks like a convenience store, gas station,
So yes,
a public play, a lot of people there.
It almost turns into a club-like setting, Judge. When you're
I think most all of the people there were probably involved in this incident.
I'm pausing this just for a moment, Judge. You'll see the individual with the red in the red with a ball cap turned around. That's the victim. All right. Thank you. And supposedly the facts of the situation is that there was some disagreement over that victim obtaining a girl's phone number there. And the end result is, as you can see, crowds gathering around him, and there's some verbal disagreement. I'm going to play it once this white Jeep moves out of the way, Judge, because that's when we'll get to the particulars of the assault. You can see a handgun in one of the individuals hitting him on top of the head.
What time is this happening?
3:30 in the morning.
I would like to back it up and play it one more time for you, Judge. Everything moves pretty quickly.
Where's the defendant in this? Does anybody point to the defendant?
That part I don't know, Judge. That's why I highlighted for you that it was officers that identified which one is Mr. B. And I'll note for the court on page.
He had to be present, right? He's pleaded guilty to this. He's one of. Is that him in a group over there?
It's him in that group, and he's observed on this video striking the victim with a pistol. So I don't want to guess which one he is because more than one individual has a pistol and more than one hits him.
See you in there?
Yes, sir.
Where are you? Can you help me out?
With the red hat.
Right here,
The red shirt or the black shirt?
Yes, sir. Black shirt.
black shirt, red hat, right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, we're gonna play.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna play it one more time for you, Judge. Go ahead. Mike.
I see you throwing a punch there.
With the gun, Judge.
A couple more there. Oh, you got something in your hand, your right hand.
It's the pistol, you know.
And everybody on that guy like a pack of wolves, huh? Here in Beaumont, in an open public setting here. Let's see, I saw 5 or more people right there in front of the convenience store where people are getting gas and all.
Judge, see that rifle that just runs by
Yes.
with one individual? Thank you, thank you.
Nothing like a nice, safe place to go to a convenience store at night or to get gas, which is necessary, food, which is necessary. And this is the environment we have to live in this county.
I anticipate, Judge, I'm going to stand before you anywhere between 8 to 9 times addressing each of these defendants' culpability and responsibility in this.
Well, that's it right
Situation.
there in the black shirt with the blur, right?
Yes, sir.
Running off after the deed was done. Well, I mean, yeah.
To me, Judge, certain offenses demand a prison sentence. I appreciate the very well-written PSI that Mr. Riley did, and he highlights both the good and the bad for Mr. Beatty. But I cannot in good
The
conscience.
video shows it all: a crowd, a confrontation, and a pistol in the defendant's hand. Over a girl, a public place turns into a violent mob scene. The judge's words are clear. This kind of chaos doesn't just threaten one life, it erodes the safety of the entire community.
Good conscience agree that probation is an option for someone who does this. In a county in which one of the reasons why I get up and go to work is I strive to try to make our community a better place to live. I've been a resident in this county for over 30 years, and I've never seen the violence at the height that we deal with. And how it is that we got to a point that this is what happens at 3 a.m. in a place I love so dearly, it just really, it causes me concerns.
Well, it's even a worse problem is that I don't see that there was nothing showing that people were acting when the blows begin and the attack begins, that somebody was trying to resolve some kind of a conflict in
Not at all.
a pattern that's decent and not mob-like. I mean, is this how everybody resolves their issues? What was this all about?
It was just
A girl?
Yes, sir.
A
Something.
girl.
I think initially it was,
A girl. That so it wasn't like a nuclear bomb was about to be dropped and that people were trying to save everybody's lives or something. This was a kind of issue that happens. Those are subject matters that happens every day. Is this the way we resolve our issues and our differences? By a mob breaking out in a rioted atmosphere in this town? No. That's not.
it's horrible. It's horrible. And I know it, he knows it. It's a terrible, terrible thing.
Well, of all people, you should know. I mean, somebody tried to take your life. I mean, you carry the damage forever. You got a prosthesis that you have to wear the rest of your life. Wow.
No, sir.
Well, you're almost killed. Anybody shot numerous times has a chance of passing on. All right. Well, this is very disturbing, and there's something in your hand. We can all see it, that you're in your right hand that you're flailing at the guy with, and the state says it was a firearm. It was something, but you and it looked like no less than 5 people were attacking that guy over a girl. That's not behavior that's humans should be exhibiting. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. So the court is going to find as follows: that you have pleaded guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And the pre-sentence report is made a part of the record for all purposes. Plus, the court has considered State's Exhibit, looks like number 2.
Yes, sir.
Which is the state is stating is a flash drive or a zip drive that includes the video portion of the video that the court has just reviewed. The agreement is whatever sentence shall not exceed a cap of 12 years imprisonment. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this offense. And let me see the lawyers up here for just a second.
Yes, sir.
Please. If nothing further, I'm going to find here in this particular case, the state has asked for 12 years in prison. The defense is asking for probation.
Yes, sir.
The court is unable to grant regular probation by law because a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used during the commission of the offense for which the defendant pleaded guilty to. The court has reviewed the video, which is a disturbing thing, and will find that the defendant's pleaded guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this serious second-degree felony involving aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I am following this agreement. I'm not following what the state is asking for, but you are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 10 years. And there will be an affirmative finding that a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, was used in the commission of this offense. I don't have to tell you, we've already talked about what the aggravated nature of this is. This is another disturbing incident that we are seeing all too often in this county. That is unacceptable. You can't resolve differences by resorting to a mob attack on someone who is just standing there at a convenience store. It's crowded with the people trying to get gas or going to get food. It's crowded with people, and there you are flailing at the man with a firearm in your right hand, just hitting him in the head and about him with a firearm. You of all people knows better because of the episode that you had to deal with when you were shot numerous times a few years ago. This is not behavior that is on a human scale of decency. We're walking upright here on two legs. We're not beasts. We're not animals, but too often we're acting like it. People ought to be able to say Jefferson County is a safe, decent place where you can go get gas or go get to the store without a threat of a mob attack over reasons that have no purpose to involve a mob attack on someone and the striking about the person with a firearm. And you've told me it's all about a girl. Over a girl. And you have to agree that there are ways of resolving differences that adults and mature people should perform other than having a mob attack somebody over a subject like that, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, you knew better, and you've expressed that, and that's why I'm not, I'm disagreeing with the state on this, but the state is right. This kind of behavior is inexcusable, and it's happening too often. But when it happens, you go to prison or you go to jail. Because we're better than this. All right. That's what the court finds is just under these circumstances, and you will be given credit for whatever time you have accrued. God bless you in this case. Anything else? That is all. We are in recess on that case. What else do we have?
I have two pleas, Stelling and Gamble.
Gamble, please.
And Stilling.
Christopher